This has been Strictly Ball Business.
Strictly ball business.
Strictly ball business.
I like that video.
Ah, shit.
What team has been winning is the Milwaukee Bucks. I personally, I haven't sorted it out yet, but they're gonna be my favorites in the East this season. They're up there, one of the top, definitely top 3 right now. But I gotta sort it out for another video, another time.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get our rankings together, but I think, the Milwaukee Bucks are as good a bet as any to win the championship this year, and Giannis Antetokounmpo to get the MVP. I mean, he's like only 27 again this year, so like he's the ageless wonder, man.
Yeah. Well, man, still in his prime. They're running it back, which like normally when I hear that, when they're like, oh, we're just gonna run it back, I'm like, well, I don't know about that because you lost. But like in this case, like they were down their second best player into the second round, and they took the team that went to the finals to 7 games.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is still basically the same team that won the championship.
Yeah.
Plus Grayson Allen.
Joe Ingles, and Serge Ibaka.
Yeah, so they did do some ads. I mean, Serge Ibaka is a good player. Joe Ingles, I don't know what he's going to give you at this point, but if he can hit some threes in the playoffs, cool.
Yeah, I think the role Joe Ingles is gonna play on this team is a lot better. I think it's gonna suit him for his age. The Jazz expected a lot out of him, and he just wasn't able to do that.
Yeah, but, they were still expecting him to be like, a 6th, 7th option on the team still.
Oh yeah, for sure. But now, I have full faith in Serge. Serge didn't do that well. He didn't play that much in the playoffs because he just came off a huge injury that he was out like the season prior. I have full faith in him. I can't wait to see him as a backup big. He's a champion. This guy can do it again. Just on a team full of champions. So I think he can definitely do it. But
Serge Ibaka is a great player. I think his game has certainly aged well. He's just, had to deal with that injury. So looking forward to him playing again. He's been one of my favorite players throughout his career. His cooking show, hilarious. Tennis with Kawhi.
Oh yeah, that was weird. What's it called? Chef Masuzi? I forget what it's called. But here's a question. So like, if the Bucks were fully healthy this year, could they have beaten the Warriors? No doubt. I think they would have went to the finals.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly think they could have given the Warriors a good shot. Wouldn't have been surprised to see them win it. I think their roster is better than what the Warriors have.
I think it's really hard to gauge this because, like, how often do people get heated about Giannis versus Curry? Because they always pick each other in the All-Star teams, so they're always together. They're really cool, except for that one year where Giannis dunked over him. But like, since it's not a rivalry, I feel like there's such passive games. Like, they're good games, but like, so like thinking about it, you're like, I don't know, because they're such polar opposite. One's small ball, one's big.
I think teams develop rivalries. If they played in the finals, they would become rivals. Or if they played in the finals twice, they'd become rivals.
Yeah, okay.
Since they're in different conferences, it's hard for them to become rivals. It's like the Cavaliers and the Warriors became rivals because of the finals. But, it was a lot of LeBron versus the Warriors too. Like, a lot of people are going to look back on LeBron's career and think like, oh yeah, him having to chop through the dynasty of the Warriors was a hard thing for him. But I think like you're looking at a potential dynasty with the Bucks too, if Giannis stays there long term, because you win another championship, you win maybe one more after that, which I think Giannis winning 2 more championships in his career is I'm gonna say it's a lock. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. For Giannis, I think he's going to win 2 more championships in his career. Whether he does it with Milwaukee or not, we'll see. But if he stays with Milwaukee, I think he can do it too. I think regardless, he gets 2 championships, or at least.
Yeah, no, definitely. Okay, so what does it take for Giannis to become a top 10 player? What would he have to do? So
it's just going to be the longevity. I think like he's going to get there because like he'll get 1 more MVP. And if he could get like 2 more defensive player of the years, like he'd be a top 10 guy.
I said
a bunch of all-stars with that, I'm sure.
Yeah. For him to be a top 10 player for me, because he'd probably, I don't know who he'd kick out. because I'd have to do it again.
I mean, he could kick
Oh,
out
he-
Bird if he gets good enough.
No, I think he would kick out Wilt for me. That's who I put in. He's gonna, because he's just the modern Wilt basically, and so I mean, if he can do it better, then he is better than Wilt, because Wilt's dominance is why he was drafted. His type of dominance was why he's in a lot of people's top 10s, and that's what Giannis is doing, but harder and shooting threes and more. So like, for me, I said it would take. So he has 2 MVPs, 1 ring, 1 Finals MVP, 1 Most Improved, 1 Defensive Player of the Year. I said 1 more MVP, 1 more Defensive Player of the Year, and 3 more rings, and then he'll be in my top 10.
3 more rings.
3 more rings. He needs to finish his career with 4 rings, 3 MVPs, 2 Defensive Player of the Year, and then he'll be a top 10. And that's how
4
he'll
rings.
kick
I
Wilt
think
out.
is a tall ask, but I'd love to see him get there. I love the Milwaukee Bucks. I love Giannis Antetokounmpo. Like, I don't know. I'd love to see that happen. I think regardless, like, he's gonna win more Defensive Player of the Years. I think he's gonna have a long career, and hopefully he doesn't have any injuries that happen that plague any of his seasons. Because I mean, he's just such a fun player to watch.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think he's gonna reach a road soon where he can decide whether he wants rings or to be like a god amongst Wisconsinites. He's gonna, because if he stays, he's definitely not gonna win the most rings if he stays with Milwaukee. But he'll be immortalized, retire as the best Buck of all time, and then that'll be insane. And he'll just probably have like 5 houses in Wisconsin and live a king forever.
Yeah.
Or he can do what LeBron or KD are doing, is just moving teams and doing what he can most to affect winning. And I think that's his best chance of winning rings.
Yeah,
I would like to see him win another one with the Bucks. I'd like to see him retire with the Bucks. Honestly,
I don't think he's motivated to create a super team, which is what the other guys have done to go to other teams. Like,
Right.
that's the only reason to switch teams, unless, like the other day he said, I'd love to maybe play for the Chicago Bulls someday, Michael Jordan's former team. But, in my mind now, that's never going to happen. It's Milwaukee. Like, that's what he said. It's a real quote he said.
No, I know. I read that.
He's interested in maybe like some nice cities or history like that. But, I don't think he gives a shit about forming a super team.
Yeah, I think he said play with. Maybe did he say with the Bulls? No, yeah, he said with the Bulls. I thought he might have said something like play with DeMar and Zach, but no, yeah, that would be great. That's what it would take. But what do you guys think? Any of the questions I asked, could they have won in a game 7 games with the Warriors? What's it going to take for Giannis to be top 10? Comment below, let us know.
Yeah, subscribe if you haven't. We work hard, so you get hard.
Alright, strictly ball business. We went so hard for you, so you leave a comment on the tube.